All right. So your underlying energy here is the Seven of Pentacles. So you guys have been putting in a lot of work in your relationships. Okay, putting in a lot of work, putting in a lot of time, putting a lot of effort. Okay, you've been putting some elbow grease in there. You're finally starting to see some sort of sign or some sort of, you know, blossoming in the direction in which you want. But it's not exactly where you want it to be. Okay, so there's a lot of patience going on. And I can get the frustration. And the Page of Swords is probably because there was a lot of blunt truths, a lot of communication in the past, or maybe you guys were laying down the law, telling people, you know, what isn't, what is. You know, you've been doing the work. Most importantly, all right. But it's still not exactly where you want it to be. Okay, so it's all about the hard work that you've been putting in your relationships. Now, your current state of being is the Lovers. So yeah, there's a karmic connection, or not a karmic connection. I need to see justice for that. But I don't see. I mean, I do see there's a strong connection with you in this individual. Okay, there's love here. This could be a soulmate connection as well. This person could also, you know, it could be it's a distance between you and this individual, but you know, love has no distance, has no decisions, right? You can't decide whether to love someone or not. So, yeah, y'all, this person is your person. The Lovers are coming up. That's the Lovers card right there. Now the thing here, where you guys want to, you guys want to get some sort of progress going. At least in the direction in which you guys, see some value. But you also, too, I feel like you guys are, trying to figure out whether or not the work that you're putting in is even worth putting in. Okay, you want to be more of the Knight of Pentacles, where it's more, committed, working hard, and working in a direct focus. You have a direct focus for something, working very, diligently in one respective area. All right, but I do get this feeling like you want something to be, want an offer of some sort. Maybe you guys want to offer someone else something. You guys want to be in a place or in a position where you're more stable to offer something to someone, or vice versa. You want someone else to be in more of a stable position to offer you something. But the thing here is, though, guys, the thing that's keeping you from being able to be able to get to the Knight of Pentacles, someone that's committed, someone that works very diligently, works very hard, and continues to, push in and making things happen, is the High Priestess. There may be something that's, kept a secret. There may not be some things that are coming out. There may be something that's hidden, something that's not being said. Okay, now the High Priestess also indicates that you may have to use your intuition. You may have to utilize your, your connection with the, with your higher self, spirit, God, whoever it is that that you seek guidance from. You may need to seek some guidance from them, and perhaps just go with how your emotions are, just allowing yourself to be free in regards to your emotions, right? But I feel like there could be something that's not being said here. Now, the reason why the High Priestess is coming up is because of the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, Ten of Pentacles talks about commitment. It's interesting that the Hierophant comes up because you feel committed to something in the past. And really felt like someone had your back. So, this is, people, this is legacy. This is also seeing, the fruits of your labor really come to fruition, and being surrounded by people that love you, that support you, that you support back and love. It's a very stable place to be in. It's a wonderful place. It's one of the most secure, stable, and real places you can have out of this, of the suits with the tens comes, and in concern, right? So I do get this feeling that the High Priestess is coming up. Perhaps maybe it's because you don't see that there's a, you don't see that there's a connection here. I don't think that's the case. High Priestess is, like I said, it talks about intuition. You feel something spiritually with this individual. But the High Priestess is something that's not being seen. Something that's hidden, maybe. We'll get back to this in just a second. The Hierophant coming up in your best path to follow. It talks about sticking to a routine, doing something in a routine fashion. These two cards can indicate very boredom cards in a sense. This person takes too long, takes a long time. This also, Seven of Pentacles, that's hard work, no fun at all. As it has been all work, no play. And I feel like it's probably time to break the norm. Just kind of be free. The High Priestess, she knows how she feels. She's very free about how she feels. And I feel like, the Hierophant and the High Priestess are married. So there is a divine connection between you and your person. The High Priestess. This is some serious stuff. The soulmate connection is serious. The High Priestess and the Hierophant. Okay. I don't need justice to know that this could be like serious. Like seriously strong. Okay. But this is, I feel like this is about breaking, it's a weird combination. I feel like there is a need for routine, some sort of stability, something, you need to commit, or there's something that requires commitment from you in order for things to be moving forward in the direction you want to, move towards. Because this person with the Seven of Pentacles, he ain't committed. To be honest with you, he put in a lot of work and everything. Yes, he was committed at one period of time. But now he's at a period where he's like, this is not where I really wanted it to be. This is not where I want to be. I want to see more of what I've been trying to put my hard work into, and it's still not here yet. So he's kind of fallen out of the fully committed part. The Knight of Pentacles, he's not fully committed himself, only because he wants to know the ins and outs of the deal. Right? He doesn't want to just jump into something and not get the full-fledged deal. But when he is when he is committed, he goes for it. He runs for it. He's committed. He will work his behind off to the very end. He believes in it. He'll do everything he can to make it happen. And I feel like this is where you guys want to be. However, the High Priestess, there's something There's something that you know that's key, about this connection that's made you fall out of it. Okay, and I think it's going to require you to find a routine, gain some sort of pattern, or recommit yourself to this connection in order for you to be able to gain this. Okay? Because internally, you guys feel the King of Pentacles. I don't know if you guys are dating the Taurus, because you guys have 2 Taurus cards coming up here. So, this could be a Taurus here that you're dealing with, or this could be just somebody that's that's all about work, all about finances, all about practical thinking. They're very stable, very grounding energy, and they're committed to you as well, and you're committed to them. This could be that you're committed to this individual. But this also could indicate here that this person is very focused, and they're all work and no play. They can be very boring. This individual is, considering that this is you guys, right? I'm talking to Saggies, you know what I'm saying? Could be that you're dealing with a boring mofo right now. Okay? You're dealing with somebody that's real boring. But you love them. No doubt. There's love here. I got that. They're boring still. It doesn't negate it. And I feel like that's where that's where the High Priestess comes in. Maybe there is this need to kind of just follow your heart for a little bit. Follow your heart. Follow what it is that makes you feel good, makes you feel happy. You know what I mean? Bring back that Knight of Wands energy. But wouldn't that Knight of Wands just come up instead of the High Priestess? Because she doesn't really do much of anything. She lets things come to her. She allows divine timing to just let her know when things come up. She's very spiritual in this sense. And he's spiritual in a sense too. But he's, he lays down the law. He lays down the groundwork. He's very stable because he's got routine. He's got stability. And I feel like right now it's saying that you may have to commit yourself to something so that way you can, so you can get the Knight of Pentacles. Alright? It's interesting though. It's almost, what's parallel to this is the Nine of Swords, which I would totally expect from you, Sag. Because the Hierophant is talking about conforming, right? And that's why I was saying you may need to just break the norm, break that routine. Maybe not commit yourself to not committing. Okay? Or maybe commit yourself to something that's not a boring lifestyle. Commit yourself to something new. Commit to yourself to be able to get to a place where you can feel like you can be yourself. Because your hopes and fears is strength. So that means there's a lot of bottling up and holding back. And the High Priestess, she holds back. She doesn't say. She doesn't speak. She's kept quiet. She doesn't do anything. And I feel like maybe there is this need to purge. Because there is this feeling of purging energy. Because the Nine of Swords indicates here that there is just a lot of stress in your outcome. There's a lot of, depression, a lot of sadness, a lot of sleepless nights. Because this individual is boring. Perhaps there just needs to be something fresh, something new, following your instincts and going with how your heart is, where your heart leads. Because right now, the situation is boring. I'm going to clarify this. Why is High Priestess coming up? in the obstacle section of this reading. The Eight of Cups. So the secret could be that you're not interested in this relationship anymore. You're not interested in it. You're committed in the past, but now, deep down inside, you're not in it. You're not invested. You don't want anything to do with it. Not in a bad way, though. You're not mad. You're not upset. You're not depressed. It's just that this situation is not where you want to be. Like I was saying before, the Seven of Pentacles. This is not the relationship that you were expecting. This is not the relationship that you wanted to develop. But it doesn't mean that you can't find a way for it to work out still. It doesn't mean that you have to stay in this relationship either. You have to find what it is that makes you happy. And I feel like this routine, this person that's constantly working, this person that's never really there, this person that's boring, it's not bringing anything to the table. Only thing that they're bringing is support, security, and stability. That's it. And I feel like you have been holding on to just being this one type of person that's working all the time, trying to make the relationship work. But then you end up having to control your urges, control yourself, and you may have to, like, you feel kind of like you're under lockdown. You're the lion, not the person right now. Well, you are the person and the lion at the same time. The person's like, hey, she's all petting the lion, and the lion's like, oh yeah, that feels good, right? No. What's happening is she's holding the lion's head up like, look, you're going to chill out. You ain't going to do anything crazy. And you're the lion like, oh my God, I just want to be free. And I feel like that's what's going on. I feel like you guys just want to be free. Because this is not your card, right? This is not the kind of card I would like to see for you, Sag. Alright? You guys don't conform. You're like Aquarius. You don't conform. Just conform. What? Conform what? No. I'm free. I'm a free spirit. So when I see, like, I don't think the Knight of Pentacles is really you. You want to commit and work hard. I think you want to ditch the work and have some more fun. I think you want to be more like the Knight of Wands. It's interesting that the Knight of Pentacles. Why is the Knight of Pentacles coming up in their goal? I want to see why. Why is this coming up? Nine of Swords. Yeah, see, the stress is the work that you've been putting in this relationship. You don't want to do that. Nobody wants a Nine of Swords. Nobody wants to be stressed out. So I feel like may not be what you want, but there's the secret, right? The secret is that you don't really want to deal with this anymore. You don't want to deal with it, and it's okay. It's cool. You're fine. You're not. It's not anger. It's not animosity. It's not resentment. You could get resentment if you stay in it, though. Right? There's no telling what can happen in this relationship. Right now, you have love in your heart. Alright? Right now, you have love in your heart. But you see all this boring mess right in front of you, and you're like, I don't know if I can do it. And you can't. Right? In your heart, your heart's saying, no, I don't like this. Your heart is like, I want to go and find what truly makes me happy. I'm not satisfied with this. I want to make myself happy. And it doesn't mean that you have to stay in the relationship, but it doesn't mean you have to leave one either. You can find what truly makes you shine, what makes you happy in this relationship. But you have to be willing to be open to what you need, open to your heart's, messages. You gotta be open to them. And really follow the lead. Let your heart, say, this way, Let them guide. Because right now, this isn't really your ideal situation. Yes, you feel committed to this individual. Yes, you have love for this person. No doubt about it. But it's still not a relationship that you're looking for, because the Eight of Cups wouldn't have come up if that was the case. I think that's the secret. I think that's the thing that's being kept back. I think that's what you know. You don't really want this right now. You don't want this settle down mess. You want to feel free. You want to be this lion running in Africa, just being free, letting the wind blow through their hair, doing whatever it wants to do. You want to be that. You want to have the strength and the bravery to say, you know what? I got to figure out another way to be happy within this relationship, because I'm not happy right now. I hear you, Sag, okay? I hear you, and it says it right here, guys. What's going on in your love lives? What additional information can we get for you guys regarding your love lives? Oh my God, is unrequited love? It's unrequited love. I had a feeling this is gonna come out, y'all. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Wow. All right, guys. That doesn't mean that you can't put it back in here, though. Okay, if you guys still want to be in this relationship, it doesn't mean that you can't, make the fire popping again in this relationship. However, it does mean that your relationship is not, it is not enough to go off of. Love cannot be enough. Love is not enough for you, obviously, right? It's not enough. You don't have to make it work just because you love somebody. Right? Let me go ahead and see what's going on with your wisdom of the oracle. Let's see what they got for you guys this time around. Whoa. I want to try that again because I don't think I wasn't shuffling it right. Okay. Oh man, some of these cards upside down here. I gotta sort it out. But okay. What additional advice Sagittarius need to hear for their love lives? Ooh, 16. All that glitters. So you're gonna have to look closely. Like, things may be great on the surface, but it doesn't mean that it's great on the inside. And I feel like you guys have some insight on what's going on inside, which is obviously why the Eight of Cups is coming up. If those things are not set in, or they're not really that great in the outside, it doesn't mean that you can't, work with it, but it doesn't mean that you have to deal with it either. But ultimately, whatever shines in the surface, never take that as face value, right? You always got to do a little more research. You always got to look a little closer. And I feel like this relationship, it does need to go a little closer because even though it's got the Ten of Pentacles, which is the best Ten of Cups, the best best out of the tens of the suits in the tarot, it doesn't mean that down, through these, this wonderful surface, there's some crazy stuff happening. Some things that are unsatisfying, things that make you unhappy, things that make you feel like you have to conform to a certain way of doing something that's not you.